So, it's a gorgeous day, and I've taken this opportunity to, rather than make this video in my lounge, I'll make it down here at Hollow Ponds, where I regularly take a nice walk and take my camera around. I don't have a camera with me today, and that's largely because, well, I just wanted a chance to test out my video capabilities and to talk to you about the clickbaity subject in my video title. Do I continue to shoot 35mm? Has it had its day? Is it no longer viable as a film medium? The pros of 35mm. I mean, I used it professionally as a theatre photographer, so I've got a bit of a sentimental attachment to it. But realistically, there are some problems with it. First of all, quality. Let's not be under any illusion. Digital overtook 35mm in quality pretty quickly. By the time you'd got to 12 megapixel cameras, 35mm was pretty much dead in the water. And apart from black and white, it really wasn't of a quality needed for professional work. It had been before, but that's because we didn't have anything different. Now, the top 100 megapixel digital cameras can beat medium format, just. So where does that leave 35mm? I'm not sure. I love the cameras. I love the tactile nature. My Nikon F2, my Nikon F4, my little Pentax Electrospotmatic, or ES. They're all lovely to use, but I'm always slightly disappointed by the results. They're great if you use them for what they were intended for, which is kind of photojournalistic approach, street photography, a bit of the Cartier-Bresson. But they are really not able to stand toe-to-toe with something like a 32 megapixel DSLR these days. So where does that leave them? 35mm is no cheaper, really, to shoot if you waste film. And I have a job finishing a 36 exposure. I'll probably get to 20 or 24, and the trip I went out for is over, and I end up by either blasting them off at something just for the hell of it, just to get rid of them, or I'll just waste it and bin a load of blank film, which is a terrible shame. I don't do that with 120. I don't do that with large format. I use what I need to use, and that's kind of it. 35mm encourages waste. You have some cameras, that have motor drives, and if they're there, you use them. So yeah, it's a difficult one. If I charge up my tank to develop a 35mm film or two, even two, that's 500mm of solution. 500 millilitres of solution, yeah. That's enough to do a 120 roll film. That's enough to do 2 5x7 sheets of film. And because I use less, it's to some degree cheaper. I'm very much sitting on the fence about all of this. I have a cupboard full of 35mm gear, which I absolutely adore. and I really don't know whether I should sell it all and buy more film. That seems like the right thing to do. I don't know. This is going to be a very, very difficult choice in the long run. I think it's a choice that many people like myself are currently making, because colour 35mm film is super expensive. Afternoon or morning. Runners, they tolerate you talking to yourself. So where was I? Yes. 120 is very satisfying, though very heavy to carry, and obviously 5.4, 7x5 and even 10x8 is fantastic quality, but again, tough to carry, and actually buying a big box of film was expensive. I don't know. I am sitting on the proverbial fence. Well, actually I shall find a piece of grass to sit on in a minute, because it's absolutely gorgeous here. After losing the ability to record for a couple of minutes, I now have it back again. I'm still not used enough to this technology, but yeah. So this is a kind of pondering video, knowing where I go from here, knowing where you want me to go on this channel from here. I've done a lot of things on 35mm and 35mm lenses, on mirrorless cameras. Where do we go? What do we do? And where is the industry going? I was excited by the little Pentax half-frame camera when it came out, but I see that now, and I think that's just a harder way to use up film. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, if you think you can contribute anything to my ponderings, then perhaps you'll hit like, and perhaps you'll think about subscribing. Both of those give me a big cheesy grin and enable me to carry on producing these hopefully interesting videos. So until I see you again, look after yourselves and keep taking pictures.